This is Carlos Montero from the field. Let's talk about last night, Morocco. They played a good game, but they couldn't beat France. They lost 2-0. But you have to consider that it was the first time that an African team went so far in a World Cup, and that's thanks to Walid Regragui. Walid Regragui, the coach from Morocco, he's been on the position less than a year, but changed the mentality of the whole team. Let's look at the story about him and the Moroccan team.
As his French roots are in him very tight, Walid Regragui arrived at the Moroccan bench with the slogan of the Musketeers, one for all and all for one. This way, he convinced Hakim Ziyech to return to the national team. This way, the reconquest of Iberia began. This time, the warriors of Morocco will be the footballers, Hakimi and Rabat, Bono and Nesiri, Ziyech itself, and Regragui commanding the feat, beating Spain first and Portugal later. The short experience of the head coach of Morocco was not an impediment to taking the reins of the Atlas Lion, but he was something in his favor. He has been director in Qatar previously, in the Al Duhail in 2020. Regragui has been the sensation of the World Cup in terms of technical directors. The solid defense of his team and the successful reading of the matches against renowned counterparts has put him in the semifinals for the first time to a team and head coach from the African continent. At 47 years old, is also one of the younger head coaches in the World Cup. In this way, the merit is even major. Regragui has said that this deed is not a miracle as much has said. It's the fruit of hard work and the union of the Moroccan team. However, the illusion of a whole continent is put in the 23 men that he has under his command. The Arab and the African world goes with the Atlas Lions. The deed of Morocco in the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 never will be forgotten, and Regragui either.
Now the goal of Morocco is to finish third in a World Cup. If they made it, would be the first time for an African team. Today was a day to relax, to visit Doha, and Charlie has the chance to talk to some fans to see what they think about this World Cup. Let's go with Charlie.
How have you been experiencing the World Cup so far?
It's so good. Better than expectation.
Is there something that surprised you about Qatar?
No, actually no.
Have you been here already before?
This is my second time.
Your second time. And your first time was before the World Cup?
Yeah, it was before.
And what changes have you seen from before the World Cup and during?
I love how the city's all in lights. The buildings are having so many pictures, posters. I love it. It's like celebration in the streets.
How are you experiencing the World Cup so far?
It's so interesting. We have been here since 3 days, and we love the vibes and the atmosphere. Everyone is walking and everyone is wearing, they are supporting, and the buildings, they keep posting some pictures of flags and decorations. It's amazing.
Well, so far is very nice, very well organized. I've been to a few games of Spain, which is my country, and it's been quite nice so far, very well organized.
We are living here since 15 years already. Our son is born here as well. So for us it's very nice to see how the streets are finally crowded and a lot of tourists here. So I think everything is very good organized. I think also that locals are very proud of what they have done and how the city has grown. So I think it's a great event,
Very nice, actually. We enjoyed like anything, and I feel very sad that it's going to be over within 3 days. But right now we are enjoying like anything. It was a fantastic time.
You said you've been living here for a while. What's one thing that changed from before the World Cup and now?
Before, I have never seen such a big crowd here. And now people are really enjoying, and people from different diverse nationalities, culture are coming and mingling, and we get a chance to know each other and how the people are, how good the people around the world are, and we feel like one, like everyone in one country, like the globe came to one country like that. So it was really nice time knowing each other, talking to different nationality people, and it was a great time. Yeah.
I think this is the hardest question when you ask Qatari people or anyone who is in Qatar, because there is a lot of places you can go and it's based on you, what you like. But Sharib here is one of the best, and Sea Lion in Qatar, Bear, a lot of places.
Thank you, Charlie. Today a reporter for Kosovo was asking me the difference between Maradona and Lionel Messi. And I told him the difference on the field, they were two great players. Messi wins a World Cup on Sunday. It's going to be like Maradona, also he won a World Cup. But the difference between Messi and Maradona was outside of the field. Maradona always was in the side of the weak. He was always on the side of the left. And that's the main difference between Maradona and Messi. But let's see how Diego was so involved with our different causes in our region, Latin America.
I don't want to be Bolivar. I don't want to be San Martin. I don't want to be anyone. I want to be Diego Armando Maradona. But let us not let them eat us again. Those who want to eat a piece of land every day, who want to take a little bit of oil every day.
Diego was intransigent against international economic power. He was in favor of the struggle for equality and to achieve equity in life. He believed that everyone should have access to the same and also stood up for equal opportunities, for the dignity of the people, and the right to develop a different model that represented the interests of the majority, not of certain social sectors, more democratic and more inclusive. He closely followed the situation in Venezuela, in Brazil, with the harsh attacks on former President Dilma Rousseff, in Uruguay, in Ecuador, with Correa, in Bolivia with Evo, in Chile. Everything related to the struggle for these ideals interested him, denouncing on more than one occasion the political siege imposed on progressive governments.
We have to fight them. Even if they want to step on our heads, we have to say, here we are. As Comandante Fidel said, this is a war of ideas.
A sense of justice and humanity that also translated into criticism of FIFA, exposing corruption and cracks in the functioning of the organization within the world of football. Issues such as the imposition of abusive conditions, unequal participation in terms of generated profits, abusive charges for the transmission of matches to underprivileged countries were some of the claims made by the 10 to the Federation. He was truly a man of an extraordinary commitment.
Diego was always very critical of FIFA. But now I want to share with you, Héctor Villar from Cuban television have the chance to interview the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino. Let's see what kind of question he asked Infantino.
La verdad, un mundial espectacular.
Well, honestly, a wonderful World Cup. For the first time and maybe the only time in history, a World Cup is played in a place where there are 8 stadiums in 50 kilometers, where you can see up to 4 matches every day, where the weather conditions are fantastic between 25 and 30 degrees. The stadiums are beautiful. This World Cup is for the players the first trophy of the season, and then they all come with a desire to play good, and then, well, a show on the field and off the field with the fans. Unbelievable. I believe that what we have been trying to do for some years now, and we have, of course, our Cuban in FIFA, Luis Fernandez, who is also a football legend. We are working to make soccer truly globalized, not only in words, and for the first time in history, in 92 years of World Cup history, we have had teams, national teams from all continents that qualified in the second round of the World Cup. Talents are everywhere, in Cuba as in Brazil or in Germany or in England or in France or in Argentina or in Morocco or in Croatia. All over the world there are talents. Our job has to be to discover those talents and give them the best opportunities.
Let's do a short break and we'll be right back with much more information. You can follow us on social media at From the Field, and you prefer to follow me, my account is at C Montero Official and at Telesur English. We'll be right back.